Let me share with you my number one, if I tell you number one, manifestation hack. If you do this hack continuously, of course, believe me, you will boost your manifestation in a way you cannot believe. Because with this hack, you are up-leveling yourself into that vibrational frequency of that what it is that you want, and you will attract it right away. So before I get started, I'm going to introduce myself for those who know me and don't know me yet. My name is Trisha and I'm your number one favorite manifestation and self-development coach, helping you become the best version of yourself and live and achieve that life you've always dreamed and desired of, because I truly believe that you can have it all and you deserve it all because the power lays within you. Okay, if you have not known yet, this video is a part of the Becoming Me series. And why I want to make this a part of the Becoming Me series, but it's like a bonus video, is because it has helped me become me. It is a hack that helps me become the best version of myself and transform my life and manifest it way much faster. So if you have not yet watched the other episodes, make sure to go watch them now and subscribe to this channel, because if you want to become the best version of yourself, this is the channel to be. I have transformed and became everything that I wanted to be. So make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm just going to start right away. So I am all about manifesting. And I am all about making things fast, because I'm someone, I like some things to come in fast. I'm not very patient, but there's another story. And I have used this manifesting hack for as long as I can remember. One thing that I have been always doing continuously, let me tell you, I'm going to give it a very special name. I'm going to create a new name for this, is real tend. And I want you to start real tending, because you know how to real tend. And you've definitely, most likely, have also real tended in your life. So I'm going to share with you this hack, and maybe it's going to activate that remembrance inside of yourself. And you're going to see it is super easy, it is super simple, and it will allow you to attract everything that you could ever imagine of, everything that you desire. And plus, it's something you have to learn because you have already done it. You exactly know how it goes. So when I speak of real tend, what do I mean? For you to remember, for you to really understand this, I'm gonna take you back to your childhood, because that is when everything started. That is when you real tended for the first time. So what I'm speaking of here is something you have already done and something you're actually mastering doing this. So real tend is all about pretending that a certain thing, in this case your desire, is happening right now. It is here in this very moment. If you go back to your childhood, let's say you were 5 years old, 4 years old, what you used to do was you might have thrown an amazing cooking party. You might have made the most amazing meal for your mom or your dad or whoever your caregiver was. This is something kids always do. They pretend to be doing something, to be living in a certain situation, in a certain moment, which doesn't actually exist. So I can imagine maybe you sat there as you were a kid and you started having a tea party, or you cooked a meal on your teeny tiny baby pots, or you had this doll you had and you used to speak to her, whatever it is. We've all been there and we've all done it. This is something every kid does. But the thing is, as you grow older, you tend to forget it because, you know, you grow older, you don't do that. Old grown-ups don't do that. But now, go back to your childhood. What you used to do there is you used to pretend to cook a meal. And now, as an adult, what do? You cook a meal. You used to pretend you're sitting there talking to your dolls, having a tea party, having your friends over. And now what do? You are having friends over, or you're speaking to people, interacting, whatever it is. You have manifested that situation into your life. Kind of. So what you do with real 10 is you now, as an adult, have a little bit of a difference. What you do now is, and why I love this so much, is because as an adult, you have the difference, as I said, because you have the power to create what it is that you want. You have the consciousness to use that to your advantage. So let's say you want to become the greatest soccer player. And what you do now is you sit there. So imagine yourself, you just hit the goal, you just won world championship, whatever. And now you are in this very moment after you won the world championship, and there are all these reporters in front of you, and they are asking you questions. And they come up to you and be like, oh my gosh, how did you do it? How does it feel now you are the number one soccer player in the world? And you start pretending as if you are giving that interview in real life. So wherever you are, if you're sitting on your chair, if you're in bed, now you get into that mode of giving the interview. So you can tell yourself, the secret is I trained a lot. So you start having this conversation inside of your head, inside of your mind, with whomever is interviewing you. And you give real life answers as if you are in this moment there right now. Let's say you want to become a billionaire. You can imagine yourself, because nowadays all these people, all these wealthy people are on podcasts or somewhere. Now just imagine yourself, you have just been invited to this exclusive podcast or maybe your favorite podcast, and they are asking you the same questions that you have heard on the podcast. And you give answer to those questions. So if you don't want to feel awkward, if you don't want to feel whatever, you can just go somewhere where you're alone in your room and you start having that interview. You are being interviewed in this very moment, and you start sharing your experiences. You start sharing how it feels right now being that person. And because this is something that you have already done, something that you have done when you were a kid, it is easy. At first it might be awkward because you have kind of unlearned it as you grew up and society told you, you have to be grown up and it's awkward to do this, but actually it's not. So that's why if you feel it awkward, just stay in your room. But because you already know this, you will see how fast you will get into this. You see how natural it will be afterwards if you do it often and often, and how you will get into that mode. And why this is the number one manifesting hack ever is because when you do this right now, there are two things. Is first of all, your mind does not know the difference between reality and not reality. So if you do this on a regular basis, put yourself into that moment of having it, into those feelings of having it, your mind will think this is real. And what is real for your mind will create over and over and over again. So you will start seeing, you will start attracting those things, those opportunities into your life. And there we come with number 2 on the spiritual level, in the 5D world. You are aligning yourself to the frequency of that what it is that you want, because now you are feeling those emotions of already having it. You are feeling those emotions of being that person. And as we know with the law of attraction, the best way to attract something, because it is law of attraction, you attract that what you are. You attract that what you are, the vibrational frequency of that which you are, of that which you are sending out there into the world. And if you sit in those emotions, if you sit in that moment and do it more often and often and often, first of all, you're tricking your mind on this level, and second of all, you are being on the same vibrational frequency. You are like a magnet to really attract that what it is that you want. And this hack is so simple. It is so fun to do. And you know, the thing with this hack is you don't have to think about, is it realistic or not or whatever, because as a kid you did not think if it's realistic or not. You just did it. For you, the thing that was there, if you're having a tea party and you invited so many friends there and your stuffed animals were real to you, you had that vivid imagination, and nobody could ever tell you it's not real because it was real to you, and that is fine. And we want this in this very moment, because now as an adult you can really take that advantage of using that energy, putting yourself onto that frequency, and boosting your manifestation and attracting everything that you could ever desire of. So I want you to start right now by typing in the comments real 10. So I'm gonna make this a thing. We have to make this a thing, real 10, because this is amazing. It is a good technique, and I want you to type it into the comments. And if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with as many people as you know, because the energy you give out is the energy you get back in. And I'm going to say thank you so much for watching this video, and see you next time. Mwah.